And we stay in Venezuela for our daily focus report. The quality of life there has been rapidly deteriorating, an economic crisis that gave way to a political one and now to a health one. The highest inflation in the world, deadly anti-government protests, and now a looming humanitarian crisis. Many people are suffering from medicine and food shortages. In fact, last year, 75% of people lost on average 8.7 kilograms. It's even more dire for children. According to government statistics, child mortality rates went up by 30%.
These musicians are trying to cheer up the atmosphere in this public children's hospital. We enter discreetly, pretending to be blood donors. The shelves are empty. There's no medication. A charity tends to the most urgent cases.
Last week at the hospital, there wasn't any milk for the children. Nothing was available at all. So we did an appeal on social networks, asking for donations of baby formula.
It's in the basement, the level for children with kidney disease, that the problem is most severe. 3 children have died in the last month after the dialysis machine became infected with Staphylococcus bacteria, and 15 out of the 21 remaining patients fell ill.
They took out his catheter and that brought down the fever.
He caught an infection.
Yes, he was infected by the bacteria.
One of the NGO staff showed us a dialysis area. The machine has not been cleaned, and it's still in use.
The water supply that feeds the dialysis machine is contaminated. We found coliform fecal bacteria in it, and it's the only machine that can treat patients under 30 kilograms.
In the country?
Yes, in the country.
And it's still being used?
Yes, the parents have all signed a letter saying they accept the risks. There's no other solution.
The hospital suffers from a lack of funds, but that's not the only problem. There's also a shortage of antibiotics used to fight infections. Eudicuris and Judith have both lost children. 11-year-old Raziel and 12-year-old Samuel died a few days ago, struck down by the Staphylococcus bacteria.
They gave him antibiotics, but not in a regular manner. One day there would be a pill, but the next day they would only have a different type. And after that, there would be a third option. There was no continuity. We started to see that the health of the children was suffering.
In addition to the poor medical treatment, the children were already weakened by malnutrition. This supermarket used to have full shelves, but now most basic food staples are out of stock. And there's no items for babies at all. Excuse me, do you have any powdered milk?
No.
Nappies?
No.
Will you receive some soon? Nearly 11,500 infants under 1 year old died in Venezuela in 2016, up 30% from the previous year, according to government figures. In this pediatric emergency department, 2 or 3 babies suffering from severe malnutrition are brought in each day.
Baby formula isn't imported regularly anymore. Only small amounts come in. There's not enough for demand, and that creates a black market.
This baby was born 3 months ago and hasn't put on any weight. His father earns 22,000 bolivares a week. But a pot of powdered milk costs 40,000 on the black market and only feeds a baby for 3 days.
The problem starts after a baby reaches 6 months old, and they should be fed on more than just milk. And there's nothing suitable available. The problem has become chronic. It's getting worse and worse.
Livia watches the situation deteriorate week by week.
Her name is Marie. She's 7 months old. I don't know how much she weighs now. When she first arrived, she weighed little over 2 kilos.
The signs of the start of a famine, and it's taking place in a country sitting on the largest reserves of petrol in the world. Children are the hostages in this situation, which for now seems only to be getting worse.